Hi, welcome to Late Night Sports. This is a special episode today. I'm Andrew.
And I'm John.
This special episode will be all about the Patriots. We're giving a full season rundown of what happened this year. We brought on our NFL expert again, Yazan, bringing a lot of insight, a lot of anger about this Patriots season.
Lots of built-up anger.
Yeah, I got a lot to talk about today. Where do you want to start off today with this?
I mean, if we're going through the whole season, I think we might as well start week one.
Week one.
Week one.
The pounding on the Steelers,
Yeah, it was
33-3.
33-3. Tom threw 3 touchdowns, and I
I
was a little naive. I think after that game, I expected the Patriots offense to thrive.
Yeah.
So I think we learned by the end of the season that was not the case.
Yeah.
So I was more than wrong about that one.
Yeah, they started off that first week. Started off 1-0 like that, and then
Dorsett with 2 touchdowns. I'm pretty
in
sure.
the week,
Picks, too.
and then the very next
picks.
week, Pats won 43-0.
43-0, and that was a big week. I mean, they signed AB that week as well, Antonio Brown.
That was his 1 week.
That was his first game in New England.
And his one touchdown too.
That was a fun game.
I believe he was like over 50 yards receiving, and you could just tell Tom had so much fun throwing to him. He was trying to get him as involved as possible. And then it didn't work out with AB, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As you know how these things go.
Yeah. That was also the first week that the defense started standing out.
Yeah, I mean, even like you go back to the Super Bowl, allowing 3 points in the Super Bowl, that's huge. But then they went week one, we're like, all right, that's pretty great. Let's see how it goes into the season. Then you know they play Pittsburgh and only allowed 3 points, and that's pretty huge. And then they went into Miami, shut them down. Not that they were playing much, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess week 17 it was much.
Yeah,
at home,
a little
but
bit.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
Yeah.
that later.
Plus their history in Miami.
Yeah.
They're
Not
not
in Miami.
too prone to playing well there.
Yeah.
But 43-0. I think they had like 2 defensive touchdowns that game. They had the pick six,
Yeah,
the
they
fumble
did.
6.
They had 2 defensive touchdowns. They had 4 interceptions in total that game.
And AB had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Everyone was getting involved, and all of a sudden AB gets cut ahead of week 3. And I think week 3 was the Jets.
It was the Jets. They beat them 30-14.
30-14. Yeah, and that one of those touchdowns from the Jets was a Jefferson pick 6.
Yeah.
So-
And they started off the game 20-0. That game was over by halftime.
That Jared Stidham pick 6 was his first throw in his NFL career.
they can't all be dimes. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Tough way to start though.
The next week after that was, gotta find that.
The Bills.
The Bills, yes. That was the first close game of the season.
Yeah, I think that's when we really saw what this defense was. I mean, I'm sorry, what this defense and what this team was all about.
Yeah.
I mean, they got carried by their defense on the road. Absolutely carried. They won 16-13. I believe that was the score.
16-10.
16-10. 16-10. Yeah, Buffalo had a chance to win the game in the end. It was a pick. They had picked. Was it Jamie Collins?
Yeah.
Jamie Collins picked it off to end the game. An ugly game, an ugly win. But
But
you know what?
a win's a win.
The defense was so strong, and that was on the road and against
Yeah.
the playoff team. So
Yeah.
it was
They brought the Texans to a overtime game in the playoffs. And that game was extremely intense, not because of the offense. Offense couldn't do anything. So the defense
No, they have a great defense. They
Just kept
were the
showing off.
number 2 ranked defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
behind Patriots.
Behind New England,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Next game, whooping. That was the
Patriots Redskins. Yeah, that first half was slow. I don't know. Do you guys remember watching that game?
Yeah,
That first
I
half
do.
was slow. They couldn't
Yeah.
get much going. Well, they wound up scoring like over 30 points.
33-7 was the final score.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
remember.
that's not even
Washington
close.
actually scored first. That's what happened in that game. And I think Brady wound up with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ryan Izzo had a touchdown, I think. So yeah, everyone was getting involved, I guess.
And then another 30-point week the very week after, beating the Giants 35-14.
Yeah, that was Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I remember this game.
Yeah,
very
that was a
vividly.
great game.
Yeah,
They had
it
the
was.
Edelman leaping dive catch. Offense wasn't pretty though. I mean,
In
like
the first half, it wasn't.
it wasn't. The second half it cleaned up. We had 2 Brady sneaks that game. I think we had 2 Brady sneaks that game.
Brady sneaks.
Yeah, and that was what, like 5 games into the season. And you know what the thing is about this? This is a team that's 5-0, but their offense, it wasn't looking sharp. It wasn't looking pretty. But like, when it's early in the season, these things happen. We'll get it
Thursday
You
together.
expect Tom to get better,
It's Thursday
the whole
night.
season to get better, team to get better as the year goes on.
And Jones was kind of like cooking them. He had some great throws to Golden Tate. They were kind of controlling this game in the
Then
first
they,
half.
you know what? Chase Winovich had the special teams touchdown. I mean, that game was a win. We all knew.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
a
a
win.
win, yeah.
It just that's like you just want to see the offense, see if they can get back on track.
Yeah, but that was a good game for the people who put the game on because you keep the viewers interested into the second half.
Exactly. Yeah. most Pats games with playing the Giants don't last long.
Yeah, most Patriot games are over by the second half.
Yeah, exactly. So next one was over by the second half. They beat the Jets 33-0.
Yeah, Monday Night Football against the Jets.
Yeah, that
offense still wasn't sharp that game. I think what did Sam Darnold though? That's what he was seeing ghosts that game.
Yeah,
that was
that
game.
game.
He was seeing ghosts that game. And that was what, like 3 picks, 4 picks?
4 picks.
4 picks.
It was terrible.
And a sack.
Yeah, it was a good game for the defense. For the defense, once again, the offense still
0
wasn't
points
sharp.
given up. Yeah, that was the second shutout of the year. Only 7 weeks in. It looked awesome at that point. The defense was running on all cylinders.
Yeah, they were doing a great job, and they did a great job all the way through the end of the season.
Of course, yeah. Secondary was awesome this year.
Yeah,
It's completely amazing.
Secondary. Jamie Collins, linebacker, had a great first half of the season.
It's awesome.
And they held Sam Darnold to 86 yards in that game.
Yeah, that's he's a legit quarterback.
Yeah, he is. That's hard to do against any NFL quarterback.
You consider him a legit quarterback, Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I mean he's playing with no O-line, not much around him. He's doing the best.
I mean, wide receivers are lacking.
I mean, I want to say, what do you got, like 6-2 as a starter?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Not bad.
Yeah.
7-3, something like that.
Is that what it was actually?
It's not. It was a good record.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. So.
The Pats beat the Browns. They beat Baker 27-13.
Yeah. Once again, just a game that they should win.
Yeah.
And it's not like you win 27-13, but you want to see your offense put up more points. I mean, this is as much as we don't want to say we were getting nervous. I was a little nervous about that offense.
Yeah.
I mean, they were looking lackluster.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I mean, the Browns, they're not a bad team. They should have been a better team. I think the coaching wasn't the best there. 27 points is...
Yeah, and that was 8 games through the season. 8 games through the season, they were 8-0.
Yeah.
They only allowed 61 points. That was 7 points per game, allowed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they scored 250 through those.
Yeah, they were killing
games.
it.
So that was over 31
completely
points
killing
per game
it.
they were averaging. So, yeah.
Then it came to week 9. That's where things started to look.
Yeah, that was the Baltimore game. And that was a huge test on Sunday Night Football on the road. And that's when it was like one of those, let's see what this team is made of. Let's see what this team is made of. And they got utterly embarrassed.
Yeah.
They got utterly embarrassed.
They killed. At 37-20, Lamar Jackson showed off what he really can do versus a legit team. Because we remembered, he started off the year, he played 2 really bad teams to start the year, Lamar Jackson did.
But he was playing great football.
Yeah. But they wanted to see him have like a test versus a really good team.
Yeah,
the
this was our
Pats,
test
and
too.
Came out and showed up.
Before that, we played some pretty awful teams other than Buffalo.
Yeah, so. Buffalo and the Browns, I can consider them a half-decent franchise.
Nah,
this team is half-decent.
6-10. They lost the Bengals. 6-10. I wouldn't say they're half-decent.
Really?
No, I'd say they're pretty awful, and that should be a blowout win. That's how I would
really?
say. Yeah, I would say that.
But nonetheless, they got killed by the Ravens in that game.
Yeah, and shout out Lamar. He's great.
Yeah, he ran
MVP.
all over that team.
They defended us so well. We couldn't really stop anything. We were and that was Sanu's lone touchdown of the season. Was actually in that game.
Was that game?
Yeah, it was that.
We traded from the week before that, I think, right?
He played in the Cleveland game. That was
Cleveland
his first
game. All right, that was
yeah.
all right. And then
that's a waste of a.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. We can talk about that later. Yeah, we can talk about that later. Yeah.
That was a waste of a trade. Second round pick, right?
Second round pick.
Yeah.
Second round pick for what? 3 catches for 30 yards in the playoff. We'll talk about that later.
All
We'll
right.
talk about that later.
Then we have week 11. This game looks pretty good. They beat the Eagles 17-10 at Philadelphia. That's the big part.
Yeah, I want to say it looked good, but their only offensive touchdown came off a trick play.
Yeah, Edelman touchdown.
Yeah, and then that game they had 3 field goals, right? They had went for 2. That's what happened, right? Because I don't remember them scoring another touchdown.
3. Yeah, 3 field goals. No extra points.
Yeah, okay. It's like, all right, the defense played well, but your offense was awful. Okay, and it was just another reason to be afraid for this team come playoff time. This is just another reason. I mean, 17 points. You score off only a trick play.
That's it. Yeah.
They couldn't generate anything. We just saw the miscommunication between Brady and the offense. I mean, it was an ugly game. It was an ugly win.
But it's still a win, though. At that point in the season, you're 9-1. Beat the Eagles. Sure, you lost the Ravens, but you feel confident. So
all right. I mean, we still
feeling
good in the game, but you know.
Yeah,
but I mean, especially coming off of that Ravens loss,
I think you want to see your offense high
bigger.
power.
Yeah. I want to see a bigger.
If you want to see more offense, that next week was not going to show you that. They beat the Cowboys 13-9. That game the weather was disgusting. I remember that game. It was raining like crazy. It's mostly a run game. That's all it was that day.
I wasn't expecting the Patriots to go in slinging the ball.
Yeah, they did.
I wasn't. And it's not even just because the previous weeks, but also because it's rainy weather. They're playing a good defense.
But that was the week that Stephon Gilmore really showed what's up. 0 catches, 0 yards for Amari Cooper.
He held Amari Cooper in check, and he did a great job of that. And that defense, that was another reason. I mean, three field goals. That's all the Cowboys got.
Yeah.
They didn't score a single offensive touchdown.
Yeah.
And that they were playing a quarterback who threw for 30 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like 4,500 yards. So they kept him in check, and they did a great job. And that was another reason you could be like, all right, this offense stinks, but hey, this defense is playing really well.
Yep.
But
exactly.
Only took them so far.
Yeah. Then the next game, really disappointing game. 28-22 loss to the Texans.
Yeah, and that score does not tell the whole story. That game was a blowout. That game was an absolute blowout.
There was a touchdown late fourth quarter. The game was already over.
There was it actually almost had the onside. Brandon Bolden almost had the onside. I think he could have taken it to the house if he had caught it.
Yeah, I remember he batted it up.
Yeah, and he almost had it.
Yeah, and then he tripped and there was one there. Yep.
Yeah.
But,
it was a great play though.
It was a good play, but you know what? They lost
couldn't execute.
They lost the football game. They got blown out. It's a 6-point game. They got blown out.
Yeah.
I mean, it
wasn't close.
It was 2 garbage time touchdowns. But then also, I always like to look at the positive with the Patriots because they're my favorite football team. And I was like, you know what? Hey, the offense was kind of cooking at the end of that game, though.
Yeah.
Let's see how they take it in next week.
They go into next week, lose again.
I'm like, all right, you're playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so this is the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you haven't had a signature win all season because Philly and Buffalo's are not signature wins.
Yeah.
At least that early in the season.
No way.
They weren't.
Not even close.
And you're playing a conference opponent. You're playing Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes.
At home.
I think at home.
At home.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, I think, might be the best quarterback in the NFL. And you know what? That second half defense was fantastic.
Yeah, they only held them to 23 points.
Yeah.
But you only score 16 on a really bad Chiefs secondary.
But you only score 16, but they got robbed. Brady had the pass to Nikhil, which was a touchdown. It wasn't ruled a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the Patriots couldn't challenge it because it wasn't ruled a scoring play. They'd run out of challenges because Kelsey intercepted it, but Gilmore was about to take it to the house, but they called it down by contest. They had to challenge that, had to burn that challenge. They also burned a challenge on an offensive pass interference.
There's a lot of bad calls.
Yeah, no, that should have been a Patriots win. I'll go to my grave thinking that should have been a Patriots win. That game really pissed me off.
And there was a deep throw to Dorset that was
clearly
he was getting
held on. He was clearly being wrapped around. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't miss calls like that. You know what? I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
The Patriots win that game. They got an easier road to the playoffs.
They do.
So maybe if
they have the bye week.
I don't want to make excuses, but I just want to say they would have had the bye week. So
yeah, they could have lost that game to Miami, week 17, and still been the bye.
Yeah, they would have had it clinched.
Yeah.
Not that it.
But it mattered or anything.
Okay. We should have had the bye anyway. I mean, I'm not making an excuse for us.
It would have mattered.
That was embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, but that was. I still had hope after the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
I thought this team was gonna come out angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought after that game, all right, we lost that game to the refs. That was my thought after that game. The Pats could have played better, but that came down to some horrible refereeing.
And then you're confident coming out of that game. You think it's very good. They played well.
That means the worst officiating I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life.
Yep. And then you go to the Bengals, and they're barely winning at halftime. Like I think were they losing? I think they might have just barely been winning.
I think they were up a field goal.
Up a field goal to the worst football team in the league.
Yeah, it was 10-7 after the first.
Yeah, I want to say 10-7. And
it's the worst football team in National Football League, and you're only up by 3 points.
But I mean, after the first quarter, you give up 3 points for the rest of the game.
Football's a tale of 4 quarters, and they played well in the second half. That run game, they rushed for like 175 that game, and I was like, okay. We can't throw the ball too well, but we'll run it on you. We'll run it on you. And then the next week we played Buffalo. I think we ran for like 160.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 134. It was 134. I think we ran for. That's what I want.
But those 2 weeks were good. At least Buffalo game was close again.
That Buffalo game had me so confident heading into the postseason.
Yep.
I was like,
same.
Yo, Josh McDaniels is in his bag right now. I'm like, Josh McDaniels is making screen pass. Edelman down the seam. We're running the ball effectively. Brady's not really getting hit. I'm like, this is Patriot football. At home playoff environment. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh, now we just got to play Miami week 17.
We got it.
This season's looking pretty good right now.
Yep, and plus that was around the week, might have been like a week before, but I was saying, all right, the line is finally starting to protect. I think it was in the
the
Cincinnati
line.
game.
Isaiah Wynn came back against Dallas, and then after that, the line was looking all right.
Yeah, they were.
Improved greatly.
Yep. And Brady wasn't getting destroyed.
Yeah, because we had Marshall Newhouse out of the game, which was certainly a great deal.
And here comes the downfall. We lost that game, week 17. They lost.
Yeah, see, from my unbiased opinion, you watch your team lose to Miami at home. I think it's fair to say you don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs. I mean, it's hard, dude. Like, you go in thinking, all right, we're about to clinch it. We're about to, just we're not going to have to play a wild card game. And you're playing the worst team. You expect it. You go into that game thinking you're going to win. I don't care what they say, like, oh, this is the opponent. Don't ever judge your opponent. No, you go in thinking you're going to win the game. Exactly. It's at home. You beat them 43-0 last time.
Yeah,
you go in thinking you're going to win the game. And that was the biggest hit they took all season. I mean, it sucks it came week 7. There was many, many hits they took all season.
But it had to be
offense sucked. Like that offense sucked.
Yeah, I want to read a few stats here. Philip Dorsett had the most amount of receiving yards. He had 1 catch for 50 yards.
Yeah, that's it. That's terrible.
They had 3 guys with 3 catches, or 4 guys with 3 catches. That's the most receptions they had in that game.
Wow.
Receivers can't get separation. They doubled Edelman. I don't know why teams don't double Edelman more. Because they doubled Edelman. He was out of the equation. It took him out of the game altogether.
Yep.
He did have a great season.
Yeah, awesome season.
What did he have, like 100 receptions?
He had 100 receptions
6 touchdowns,
for
1,100 yards.
1,100 yards, yeah.
Great season. I mean, and you know what? Julian Edelman battled through so many injuries. I think he had a separated AC joint. He was battling rib injuries, battling knee injuries. And he was battling injuries that would take guys out for the rest of the season. And he
played the whole season.
He's probably going to need surgery, too.
He's probably going to, he might need surgery, too. So he's a dog.
Yeah, he gave it all. He gave everything he had.
Player. And, he's a true Patriot. And I can appreciate that so much. Especially, he knew how lackluster that offense was.
So he stayed in there and fought it out because they don't need someone. No one else can do anything else.
I appreciate that as a Patriots fan. That's huge.
And then the playoff game. This was the 4 o'clock game. We just watched an awesome Buffalo versus Texas game.
Yeah, it was they just played the Texans Buffalo.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it took my attention off the Patriots game a little bit.
Yeah.
I usually have like this built up nervous
exactly.
nerves and whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. Oh, this is just entertaining. I'm being a little distracted. And
Exactly.
But just heading into this game altogether, I think I was. This is the most nervous I've ever been for. Aside from the Kansas City game last season, this is the most nervous I've been for a game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this could be Tom Brady's last game ever. Mm-hmm. I don't think ever. I don't think ever because he wasn't retiring. I knew he wasn't retiring.
No,
last game
we'll
in
get
July.
into we'll get into that
last
after
game in
this.
July. So
this game.
But they lost that game, and you know when the turning point of that game was?
What?
You're up 10-7. You're on their 1-yard line, and you run 3 stretch plays to the outside.
To Sony Michel.
3 stretch. Why aren't you running it to at least Burkhead or White?
Burkhead did have the second rush. It was Michel, Burkhead. No,
I mean,
that's what it was. It was.
No, Burkhead ran it, I believe, on 2nd or 3rd down.
Second.
Yeah,
it was Michel ran it.
Michel went for the loss of 3 on 3rd down.
And then Burkhead got the 3 back. And they gave it back to Michel again for some weird reason. And then he got less yards again.
All I know is that was the worst possession of football I've ever seen in my life, and that was a horrible play call.
Yeah.
Horrible play. You have a 6'4" quarterback who's notorious for being the greatest quarterback sneaker of all time. And you don't let him do it on the 1-yard line? At least bust out a pass play.
Yeah, do something else.
You don't even need the QB sneak. He is, in my opinion, the best play-action quarterback, at least right now. He fakes me out sitting at home when he fakes handoffs.
I mean, you have objectively the greatest quarterback of all time. You don't let him pass the ball once on the 1-yard line.
Do a play-action play.
You
dump it off to
you run it to Sony Michel. You run it to Sony Michel. He's been playing like
crap
all season. He's been playing like crap all season. He hasn't played great. Not that he was dealing with like somewhat of a bad offensive line. He stopped getting touches also, but it's like it wasn't his year. Obviously, why are you giving him the ball? Like, why are you just
this
keep
is
running
the biggest game of the year.
3 straight plays? Then you go with like some stacked formation on 3rd down. You think they're not gonna read run?
Yeah.
So let's fool him. Let's run it to the outside, dude. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, not at all.
That's not gonna work. It was just, and at that point, I was like, I said to my friends, I was watching them with them, and I'm like, we scored a touchdown here. The game's over.
Yeah.
We kicked the field goal. They have plenty of time to go score.
Exactly.
I'm like, well, they got Derrick Henry, and we don't.
Yeah.
So That sucks.
And they could not stop Derrick Henry.
182 yards and a touchdown. He had 34 carries, and he also had that one reception that led up to their one offensive touchdown with that 22-yard reception as well.
How do you let Derrick Henry get all 75 yards in one drive? How do you let that happen?
He's really hard to tackle. He's a big guy.
Life, I don't think I've ever been more nervous about a 3rd and 15 and a team running the ball on us in my life.
And they did it. And
I mean, not that they ever actually we're gonna run the ball on 3rd and 15, but it'd be like 3rd and long. It'd be like 3rd and 8, and I'm like, yo, they'd run the ball. They're gonna get it, aren't they? I mean, they wouldn't, but I'm like, yo, watch the run. And then I see Derrick Henry's out of the game. It's like the biggest relief.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not getting this. Because guess what? Tannehill comes into Gillette, throws for 72 yards, completes 8 passes. You said that to me before the game, I'd say, all right, so we're going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to put up at least 24 points at home in the postseason.
Yeah.
At least 24.
Put up 13.
You don't even score a second-half point.
They don't.
I mean,
Another team.
he had 3 drives starting from the 40. And Ryan Tannehill was due an interception. He finally throws one up to Deron Harmon. We start off at the 40. We find ourselves in 3rd and 6. Edelman drops the pass. 4th and 6. What is that? It was 3.5 minutes left, I want to say.
About that.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, keep the offense on the field.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was keep the offense on the field because here's the thing. I mean, you hold them to a field goal. Yeah. It's still 17-13 because you have 3 timeouts. So you can get the ball back and be forced to score a touchdown. And you'll have more time left as well. But it's 4th and 6, and I mean, you don't go for it.
You don't trust your offense.
You don't trust your offense. And I mean, honestly, how could you?
Yeah, it makes sense. At the same time,
I feel like that was a position
you
where
have
you had to at that point. And they didn't. And that was this team's downfall, having to rely too much on that defense. Because guess what? That defense didn't allow a single point in the second half of that football game, and we couldn't score.
Also, so many drops that game. So many.
So many drops this season.
5 drops from N'Keal Harry. 4 for Mohamed Sanu, and 3 for Philip Dorsett.
I mean, are those just incomplete passes or drops?
I believe at least half of those are drops. This is terrible.
They can't hold on to the ball. They couldn't hold on to the ball. Brady he couldn't really develop communication with his receivers this season. Mm-hmm. And I mean, how often do we see a Patriots team that's predicated on its defense?
I know. I was just gonna bring that up. That never happens.
Never happens.
That's usually
it's
the
always
offense
Tom
needs
Brady.
to bail him out.
So unfortunately, we're not used to the season being over this early, but unfortunately it is, and it's depressing.
Yeah,
it's
it was
depressing, man. I mean,
it was not easy.
No.
Going home after that game, and it's like they actually lost to the Titans.
Yeah, and then at the end of the game, when the Titans were punting the ball back, why did they bring Julian Edelman up to the 20 yards behind the line?
I mean, there was 10 seconds left in the game, so I guess
but that
didn't
punter
lose them
was
the game.
great.
It didn't lose them. Yeah, there was no backspin on it.
Yeah,
we didn't get a single break with him punting the ball.
He's gonna pin you inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Why do you let him do that? You gotta. And I said, all right, they're putting Edelman back there. I know he's gonna catch it, and I know he's gonna return it, and he's gonna get a good return. It's Edelman. He's their best punt returner they have right now.
I don't think he would have had time to return it. There was only 10 seconds left. I don't think there was too much time. I still would have put a return man back there because I think Bill was probably going off the implication that we've had 4 blocked punts this season. We blocked teams 4 times. We'll stack the house, try and block the punt.
Yeah.
That didn't lose them the game. That didn't lose them the game. What lost them the game is not scoring second half points.
Yeah. 0.
That's what lost them the game.
0.
Derrick Henry, he sunned you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You couldn't score a single second half point. You ran it on 3rd and 1 to a Landon Roberts, who's your backup linebacker. So I don't understand that. I don't understand. They couldn't go out of their way to just try and sign a fullback.
Yeah.
They couldn't try and sign a fullback. They're like, no, we're going to transform a Landon Roberts. Because you see him he missed some blocks.
Yep.
He missed some blocks. And he's not a fullback. Yeah. He's a linebacker. I mean, you go tell Rex Burkhead, go play linebacker. He's not going to make every tackle.
No.
That was hard. That was really hard to watch.
That was big this season, but not having Devlin.
That was big. That was big. And it was, I think, not having David Andrews, too.
Yeah.
Starting center, he's great.
He didn't play a single game all year with a heart issue, right?
Blood clots? I believe it was like a lung issue or something.
Something like that.
It was so long that this is training camp they announced that.
Yeah, that was bad. But I came in, I remember saying, I think I might have said it to you, they were 8-0. They were killing it. They were doing awesome. But this team, I said they probably won't go 16-0, but who could stop them in the playoffs? I was so confident in this team. I had so many reasons to believe in this team. and then just fell apart second half of the year. The end of the year, 4-5.
See, I want to say I was confident when they were 8-0, but offensively they couldn't do anything, and you had to know Kansas City was going to have something up their sleeve. Because I mean, it's Kansas City. Yeah. We saw how they were last year. Patrick Mahomes is great.
The AFC Championship game last year was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I think that
was good.
Is one of the greatest playoff games of all time.
That was awesome.
Super Bowls aside, I think it was the greatest playoff game of all time. That was vintage Brady slinging it in the fourth and overtime. It threw for like 150 in the fourth, something like that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and all those games before the Ravens games, those were just tune-up games.
Those were tune-up games. They were tune-up games.
8 tune-up games. And
And you couldn't really say anything about the Patriots. You can be like, oh, well, this team isn't doing anything in the postseason because they were still blowing out these opponents.
Yeah.
That offense couldn't do anything, man. They couldn't do anything.
I always have that thing in the back of my mind. Maybe by playoffs they'll have everything good to go and everything, but they just never figured it out. Never once figured that out.
I'll go to my grave saying this is one of Tom Brady's most underrated seasons all year, though. I mean, all of his career. Because he's 42 years old, going to work with these. I mean, Mohamed Sanu, he sucked this season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just to say it simple, he sucked this season.
Before he came to the Pats, he was my favorite player who wasn't a Patriot.
No.
So
not anymore.
That's an odd choice.
Not anymore. It is maybe behind J.J. Watt. Yeah, J.J. Watt then him. But yeah, I want Mohamed Sanu out.
Yeah,
I don't want to see.
And they gave away
return.
a second-round pick for him. A second-round pick. That could have been another wide receiver who's actually,
young
good.
And young.
Or for example, Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
Who was contributing very well for the 49ers, who would fit New England's offense a lot better. We went out. We got Sanu. It flopped heavily.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do anything. He scored 1 touchdown. It was a blowout loss to Baltimore. So he sucked.
Yeah.
We had N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry didn't play in the first 9 games.
Yeah, he was injured.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. He's gonna be the best wide receiver we have next year. N'Keal Harry. I think he's just a complete turnaround. He had that 1 season under his belt.
Better than Jules?
Yeah, better than Edelman.
I think he'll pass him. Yeah.
Really?
That's a little bit of a hot take, but he's out the whole season. Well, not the whole, 9 games with the ankle injury. That slowed him down the process a lot. He didn't get to do any practicing with the team. He's out doing nothing. That's rehabbing.
Yeah,
maybe, comes back next year. Maybe he'll have better flow in the offense, something like that.
I just want to bring up the point of Edelman was hurt, and he was
doing
hurt for a while.
Yeah, he had 1,100 reception yards.
I think if he gets his body right, he'll be back to what he was.
He's not a young dude either.
Edelman?
He's not a young dude.
Not even
He's
close.
grinding out there.
Yeah,
He's grinding. I love Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
He eats hits.
Yeah.
I love Julian Edelman. He's a true Patriot.
He's not even big, dude. He takes every hit he
like
gets.
5'10".
Yeah.
He's a true Patriot.
Like Gronk says, he's always looking for that nut.
He's a true Patriot. I love Julian Edelman.
Talking about Gronk, do you think he'll return?
No, I don't. No, it's just not gonna happen. So we need to drop this, and we need to move on. And we need to we need to look to something that could actually happen.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sick of all these Gronk hot takes.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I hope it happens.
I also don't think he will come back. I'd like to see him come back.
He had that stupid social media thing where it's like, I'm announcing a big thing on my social media.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. But
yeah,
it was just getting the media going. That's all it was.
I wasn't expecting Gronk to come back.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, dude, he was getting beat up.
Yeah, and he took care of his money well. Until up to last season.
Yeah.
He did not spend a penny of his game checks.
Which
it was all endorsements that he spent.
Pretty impressive.
I mean,
yeah.
Gronk is the greatest tight end of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He was huge for New England. He was clutch. He's just great player. Just an all-time Patriot. I don't think he's gonna come back. We need to move away from that. We need to
if
not
I was
talk
him,
about that.
I wouldn't come back too.
I wouldn't either. He
got killed.
Especially he's already transformed his body. He's already smaller and stuff.
I mean, after the Super Bowl, he was laying in bed crying. He was in so much pain.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't anticipate him coming back.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So just enjoy what we had with him. Let's move on to the next thing. The next
find
answer,
someone new.
Because we're not just like how we brought back Ben Watson. Gronk's not coming back.
All right.
I wish he hadn't come back. No, I like Ben Watson. I do like Ben Watson.
No, you cannot compare Gronk and Ben Watson.
No, well,
he has cement for feet.
I like Ben Watson. I do.
I
do. He came back at 38 going on 30. He's 39 now.
39.
So he came back late. I thought he played pretty well in the playoff game though. But he had too many penalties this season.
Yeah.
He was a good player though.
Yep.
I was happy when he came back. I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting more than this.
I was too, yeah.
I just wish Gronk had let us know earlier than the end of March whether or not he was coming back, so we could have went in on a tight end.
Yep.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Let's get into some Tom Brady talk.
Yeah, I was about to start to bring that up. The future of Tom.
Yeah.
We all want Tom to stay in New England. I hope the Patriots pay the man for once.
He said he's not taking a pay cut, which honestly, I cannot blame him.
Yeah.
He's been taking them his entire career, and you know what you're supposed to do when people do that? People do that so you can build a team around them.
The team is not that good around him right now.
Who around him have you built? You haven't went out and gotten anyone.
The only like notable person you went out and got was Stephon Gilmore. Awesome get though. That's awesome.
Well, in terms of offense, they brought Antonio Brown in. That didn't work.
It didn't work out at all. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to Brady, don't surround him with a great defense. I mean, he needs a good defense. Every quarterback needs a good defense.
He needs a line.
But surround him with good offense.
Yeah.
He needs an offense.
He hasn't had a good offensive line.
He needs someone who can run the ball.
He
He needs someone to throw to. So
I do like Michelle and James White. Michelle had a down year. But James
don't
White
have a line.
Yeah.
If you can't run with no offensive line. If you have two
that is true.
6'4", 225 linebackers running straight at you and bigger, you're not gonna get far.
Yeah, exactly.
a good O-line can make a bad running back look good.
Yes. Yeah.
But if they do improve the O-line, James White and Michelle, that's awesome, I think. In my opinion, I think it looks good because you have that receiving back. It's helpful with like not like laterals, like screen plays.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your go-to ground and pound running back. I like the two.
They're not gonna improve their O-line. They've never improved it. They've needed to improve their O-line.
O-line was pretty great the season before.
For as far back as I can remember, they've always needed to be better.
I felt the O-line was pretty good the Super Bowl season.
Last season?
I thought they were pretty good.
Really?
I don't think they were too bad.
Well, they had David Anders. They lost him this year.
Yeah, I mean, the O-line still somewhat picked it up in the second half of the season. You still don't like to see your 42-year-old quarterback getting hit.
Yeah, they also were on third and second.
So I'm not gonna blame the season on them. I'm gonna blame the season on the fact that we couldn't score points. That was what it was.
They need to go out and get
They do.
like two good pieces.
And they gotta convince Tom to stay. Tom Brady has other options. I actually have two teams that I think that, if not the Patriots going out and getting them, the Colts or the Bucks. Those two teams should try to go get Tom Brady. They have good teams surrounding that I think it would look enticing if Tom Brady would want to come in there and play for them.
Before we get into those two
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, I don't want to think.
I don't want to think about what you just said.
Before we get into those
good.
two teams, I don't think Robert Kraft's gonna let him just walk.
I don't think so either. I think because Kraft's word trumps Belichick.
Yeah,
that's the end of the day.
Yeah, because I think Belichick. I think he wanted to trade Brady instead of Garoppolo. I think he wanted to trade Brady instead.
Really?
Yeah, and I think Kraft said no.
Yeah,
there were rumors of that.
Yeah, there were rumors.
If they want Tom Brady that bad, you better pay the man for once. Bring him back in and give him options.
Robert Kraft said straight up, if he's not a Patriot, I want him to retire. And I think I'd say the same thing.
Yeah,
if he's not a
I'd say
Patriot,
the
I'd
same
rather
thing
he
too,
retire.
yeah.
'Cause I cannot see that man play in another uniform.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I'd have to be whatever he is.
Yeah.
And a Patriots fan.
Yep.
I can't root against Tom.
Yeah,
I
no
love
way
him
I'm
just like I
rooting,
love
yeah.
the Patriots.
Yep.
And
He is the Patriots.
my prediction is he comes back. I think he comes back
he's
on
coming.
a 1-2 year deal.
I'm hoping to.
I mean, that would be great.
I'd
That
love
would be
to.
great. Yeah.
He said he wants to play for like a few more years.
Yeah.
so.
I think with Tom, it's always just the next season. What can he do the next season?
The thing about this is, like, with all this happening, I think we've been taking Tom Brady for granted. Like, he's so great. Even, like,
We've
as
gotten comfortable
he's,
winning
like,
12
getting-
games every year
He's
at
getting
this point.
better. I think we've taken him for granted. I think moving forward, and if he continues to play for the Patriots, I don't think Pats fans and the Patriots themselves will take Brady for as granted. I think we'll appreciate him more. Like, this is coming to an end.
You have to.
Which is
this
sad.
is the greatest quarterback of all time. You better treat him like he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Also, I don't think we'll take playoff wins for granted anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on, we had, like an 8-year streak going to the AFC Championship game? Something like that.
3 years going to the Super Bowl in a row.
And it's gone. And, you know, you're losing the wild card. So you see how meaningful these playoff games really are and how great it is to win them and how much it takes and how hard it really is. So, I mean, It sucks.
Yeah.
And you hate to see a season end like this, but now it's a big offseason for New England.
Yeah.
What can they do to get better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to start from, but I think number one priority is signing Tom.
You better get him back. Like I said those two teams have awesome opportunities for Tom Brady to sign with them.
I don't think there's been rumors of like the
San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Well.
They're not the Bucks. What was it? The Colts. The Colts. There's been rumors of that. I think that would fit because I don't think you want what's their quarterback's name?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Brissett. I don't think you want him as your quarterback for the future.
You don't.
But I don't think
really don't
Bucks.
want him.
If the Bucks want James and Winston,
They don't want him. Bruce Arians said publicly he didn't want him.
yeah,
James.
James. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is New England keep Tom Brady.
You better keep
Tom Brady because he is the New England Patriots. People talk about beating Brady in the system. Tom Brady is the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's objectively the greatest player who's ever touched a football.
He is the greatest.
Yeah.
And you keep that man on your team. You make him retire a Patriot. You don't let him go somewhere else. Tom Brady cannot end his career with the Patriots on a pick six.
No.
That
No way.
will not happen.
No way.
Tom
No
Brady
way.
will be back with the New England Patriots.
He better.
He will be back with the New
really
England
hope.
Patriots. I've been praying on it every night. Tom Brady will be back with the New England Patriots, all right?
Yeah, I definitely want to see him back in a
that's-
Pats uniform next season.
That's my idol. I love
Yeah.
Tom Brady so much. So it would break my heart, absolutely break my heart if he
Yeah.
wasn't with New England next season.
Yeah, this season wasn't really what we hoped for. Not even close to what we hoped for.
But it's a big off season.
Yeah.
And
It
every
is.
team has seasons like this, all right?
Yeah.
We got to let the dynasty's over.
Yeah.
Man, there were 3 straight Super Bowls, man. You win 3 in 5 years. I mean, the dynasty's
Yeah.
over. It's over.
Dynasty's not over.
Yeah.
We went 12-4.
Yeah.
We may have been
This
a first
team
round
is
out, but
still the AFC East's best team.
because guess what?
100%.
Because we run the
Guess
AFC
what?
East.
Guess what? The Patriots don't rebuild. The Patriots reload.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they're going to
That's
do.
why.
They better do it.
How many?
Yeah.
Super Bowl 55 champions. I'm calling it now.
Calling it?
I'm calling it now. Early call. I'm
Whoa.
calling it now. I'm
Revenge
calling it
tour,
now.
Revenge tour. I could see that.
I need that. I need a Brady revenge
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
I need a Brady
One
revenge
more.
tour.
One more before he retires. Have him end on a good streak. And
One more. We're gonna
Do you
keep saying
think-
that. We're gonna keep saying that every year.
Yeah.
Just one more.
Yeah,
Come
just
on,
one
just
more,
one.
just one more.
Just
keep
one
coming
more,
back.
Brady. Just one
We need
more.
more of it.
Now, if they do sign him to a one-year deal, they win the Super Bowl. Do you think he would retire?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we're so far away from that. I don't even know, man. Like,
I mean, hypothetically, if I'm him, I probably would.
I don't even know because
But
the thing is, I
me
want
right now, come back. Come on,
Yeah.
keep
I want to
playing.
say if I was him, but I don't think I love anything as much as Tom Brady loves football.
Yeah.
Like,
He's also said he wants to play till for 5 more years.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that it's physically.
I think it
Capable
changes
of.
every year. Every year he's like, you know what? I think I could play 5 more. I
Yeah.
could play 5 more of these. I'm like, dude, you are not human. Like, I don't know what that TB12 method is exactly.
All those green vegetables.
I just know
and
I
all
need
that
to
crap.
get on it, bro, because, oh my God, he's not human. But Tom Brady
Yeah.
is a New England Patriot. He's forever a New England Patriot. He's forever in every Patriots fan's heart. He's going to be next season when he's playing with New England, throwing touchdown passes to N'Keal Harry. He's going to be in the sophomore season, breaking Moss's Patriots record, 24 touchdowns.
Really?
Wow.
No, probably not. Probably not.
all right.
No, probably not. Probably not.
That's a little much.
I hope, probably not.
I mean, I hope so. Yeah.
I mean, that would be nice, but I don't think so. But
yeah.
mark my words, Tom Brady will be a New England Patriot next season.
Yeah. I really hope so. All right, well, thank you for coming on again today, Yaz. This was an awesome episode. Very in-depth look at the Pats season this year. It was very good, very good.
You know, it was
Yeah.
an okay season.
Yeah.
It's an
It was
okay
okay.
season. Lots
Not
of questions.
how I
Lots of
wanted it.
questions. Yeah.
So, thank you for watching. We will be back next week with our regular episode. And thank you for watching.